The president of the ANC Youth League, ANCYL, Collen Malatji, recently made some contentious remarks from which the African National Congress, ANC, in Gauteng has strongly refrained. Please kindly hit on the subscribe button as we go into the details. The Gauteng ANC spokesman, Lesego Makhubela, has openly criticized Malatji's comments, saying they are incompatible with the party's values. Malatji recently made a speech in which he chastised a number of prominent ANC officials in Gauteng, which caused a stir among party members. Makhubela reacted quickly, denouncing Malatji's remarks as inappropriate and unjustified. In Gauteng, the ANC is a group that values respect and cohesion. Makhubela said that the rhetoric Mr. Malatji was displaying was damaging to our beliefs and would cause division. He made it clear that the ANC cannot tolerate a situation that is reminiscent of the divisive time when Juliusmalema was the leader of the ANCYL. During his time as the president of the ANCYL, Juliusmalema, who is now leading the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, was well known for his aggressive and sometimes provocative leadership style. His repeated criticism of the party's top brass and disobedience to ANC rules played a role in his 2012 expulsion from the ANC. Makhubela cautioned about the ANCYL seeing a recurrence of similar disruptive tendencies by drawing comparisons between Malatji and Malema. The lessons from the past must stay with us. Makhubela said that the ANCYL ought to be a place where future leaders are nurtured, not a venue for petty grudges and careless remarks. He asked the ANCYL leadership to make sure that their activities are in accordance with the larger objectives of the ANC, which include promoting discipline, unity, and a common vision for the development of the nation. Makhubela's remarks are indicative of the ANC's larger worries about preserving internal harmony and averting factionalism, which has traditionally dogged the organization. The ANC in Gauteng has requested a constructive discourse inside the party to resolve concerns and disagreements in a courteous way in light of recent developments. Participation and dialogue are essential components of our democratic process. Makhubela stated, "We can resolve conflicts and work towards a stronger, more united ANC through these means." The controversy surrounding Malatji's remarks serves as a reminder of the difficulties the ANC continues to face in resolving internal conflicts. Success for the party will depend on its ability to stay united and remain focused on its strategic objectives as it gets ready for the next elections. In an effort to lead by example, the ANC in Gauteng has reaffirmed its adherence to these ideals for both the national organization and other provincial bodies. President Collen Malatji of the ANC Youth League, ANCYL, has once again publicly chastised Gauteng head of elections Lesego Makhubela, claiming that the province has not seen enough successful campaigning. Malatji's remarks were aimed at Makhubela's handling of the recent election events, charging that he and his group put pleasure above political participation. Here in Gauteng, there was no campaign going on. People were simply hanging out with slay queens and smoking cigars. Malatji said, "There are golden boys and untouchables who never leave the executive yet have no constituency." His scathing critique highlights what seems to be a gap between the leadership and grassroots organizing initiatives. Malatji's own experience of being passed over for the position of Youth League convener in the provincial administration only serves to exacerbate his displeasure. He suggests that this choice is indicative of a larger problem with the party's leadership structures, which is that certain people are continuously given preference even when their support from the public is lacking. Malatji's remarks shed light on the internal issues that the ANC is experiencing in Gauteng, especially with regard to the effectiveness of its electoral tactics and the representation of its leadership. According to his criticism, campaigns should adopt a more pragmatic and community-focused strategy rather than adopting elitist tactics that turn off voters. A discussion on the ANCYL president's remarks has begun within the organization, with some members supporting his demand for accountability and others defending Makhubela's past performance. The dispute highlights the ANC's continuous battle, especially in crucial provinces like Gauteng, to strike a balance between internal politics and successful public involvement. In conclusion, there are significant concerns about the internal workings of the ANC and its campaign plan raised by Collen Malatji's criticism of Lesego Makhubela and the larger Gauteng election strategy. In order to secure wider support and efficient governance, The party will need to pivot toward more inclusive and constituency-driven initiatives as it navigates these internal